But I just want to welcome everybody here today that's live, and also anyone watching this replay. I'll be sending that out after we're done. And we're here today to do some tapping on releasing resistance to setting new goals in 2024. Right? That's what everyone's talking about right now is the new year and goal setting and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, some of you may have goal trauma. Have you ever heard of goal trauma? It's a real thing. So you're in the right place if you have goal trauma, because we're going to be working on that. But before we actually get into the tapping, I just want to welcome everyone who's here. If you, whether you've done tapping or not, I know some of you are students or certified practitioners, some of you are coaches, some of you might not be doing any kind of coaching or tapping at all, and that's okay. So if you're new to tapping, don't worry, because it's super easy. So just jump in and follow us and tap along. And just to let you know that while we're doing group tapping, the great thing about group tapping is you're going to get something called borrowed benefits, which means that no matter what we're tapping on, even if the language I'm using doesn't necessarily apply to you directly, that your body knows what you need to process. So you can just know that while we're tapping and you're following along with our language, you're still going to get whatever issues coming up for you is going to get worked on, it's going to get processed, okay? Also want to let you know that if at any time I'm saying any kind of words or I'm using language that doesn't land for you necessarily, it's okay to change the words for yourself. So you don't have to use every single word or language that I'm using. So please do feel free to change that for yourself to your comfort level. Okie doke. Okay. So if you don't already know me, I'm Nico Anna Jean, and I am a certified clinical EFT and energy psychology practitioner. I'm a narcissistic and generational trauma healing expert. And I serve as a trainer and mentor at EFT Universe. I also have a private practice, a group mastermind, and I have a course on reparenting the inner child with EFT, as some of you may know. And if you don't know, you're going to find out that pretty much everything that I do is all about working with the inner child. So while, yes, tapping is one of the main tools, modalities that we use, I direct most of the work I do towards working with the inner child. And that's why we're here today, because what I want to tell you is that when it comes to resistance, when it comes to things coming up, like you're feeling resistance and you've got, you're stuck, you're just like really in a stuck place and you're frustrated about something, whether it's a goal or anything else in your life. Pretty much from my perspective, it boils down to the fact that your inner child is having resistance. This is where the resistance is coming from. It's in energy psychology, we call it a part of self. It's called parts work. And everyone has inner child parts of self. And so, and I know if you're not familiar with inner child work, that might sound kind of like woo-woo or like psychology or a little hokey. I don't know if that sounds like that to you. And you might be like, oh, I don't know about that. But what I'm going to tell you is that maybe just set that aside for now and just be open, because the fact is that it's so powerful. Doing this work is so powerful, as some of you may already know, that when you can truly connect with that part of yourself that comes from the past, that child part that's frozen in the past, it's called like a frozen child. And if you can start to understand that that part of yourself is responding to the present as though it were the past. Okay, if you can start to understand that, which is what we call in energy psychology a subject-object shift. When you could start to understand that, all of a sudden it becomes really obvious why you've been so stuck and why you've been so frustrated, because the resistance that's coming up is not in proportion to what's happening in the moment. And that's why it doesn't make sense. That's why it's so hard to overcome. So we can start to see where it's coming from. You can start to address it from the inner child perspective. It makes so much more sense and it's so much easier. Okay, so I just wanted to pre-frame that for everyone. Wonderful. Okay, so here's what I want to ask you to do. Everybody, if you've already come here with an idea of a goal that you have been resisting, okay, whatever that is for you, or even just resisting setting any goals, that might be it for you too. Like, I don't have any goals and I don't want to set them. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I bet you that there's something that you've been wanting to do, be, or have, or achieve. There's something. So even if you don't want to call it a goal, that's okay. But go ahead right now, and I recommend you have like a little something to write on. So have like a piece of paper and a pen or whatever, pencil, and write down a goal that you have. And if you don't have a goal, just write down no goal. And what I'm going to recommend is that make this goal very tangible. Okay, make it really tangible, as in, some of you might have a goal like, I want to be more confident, or I want to be happier or more at peace. And that's great. I mean, that's something, that's a great goal to have. However, just for today, for it to be more effective, I want you to walk away with something really tangible. So set a tangible goal. It could be something as simple as, I just want to, hit the publish button on my website. Like, or it could be something as big as, I want to start a master's program. I want to get a degree, or, something that's bigger. But even with that, there's like a micro step, a micro goal that you could have, which could be, for instance, just applying for a master's program, right? So it could be a professional goal. It could be personal. It could be like, let's just say you want to lose 20 pounds. That's really common, right? I want to lose 20 pounds. Well, let's even break it down more to like, well, what would be the first step for you towards losing 20 pounds? Is it like you need to, join a gym? Is it that you want to make a food plan? So see if you can find like the very first step that you would take towards that goal. Okay, and just go ahead and write that down now and then set it aside. And we're going to work with that in a moment. Okay, great. So let's just get started with this first. We're just going to start tapping, everyone. Just start tapping on the side of the hand with me. And like I said, if you don't know tapping, if it's not familiar to you, just follow along and tap with us. And if for any reason that you get like you feel really emotional, or you start to get flooded while we're tapping, don't stop tapping, just keep tapping and take some deep breaths. You can even just stop talking and following along with the language and just breathe. And you can also send Kathy a private message if anything comes up for you, okay? So I want everybody to tune into this resistance that you're having, okay? Tune into the resistance first. We're just going to start by tuning into it in general. This goal that you have, whatever it is, whatever step that you want to take, think about it and then feel the resistance. Can you find it in your body? Can you find it in your body? And if you can't find it in your body, that's okay. Just guess where it would be if you could find it in your body. Just guess. Your best guess. And everyone, tune into that part of your body. And then we're just going to start tapping and tuning into the body. So even though I feel this resistance in wherever you feel it, my chest, my head, my stomach, wherever you feel it, even though I feel this resistance in my body, I'm safe right here, right now. Even though I feel this resistance in my body when I think about this goal, I accept myself and how I feel right now. Even though I feel this resistance in my body when I think about this goal, I hold myself in compassion for how hard this is for me. All right, let's tap through the points, everyone. We're starting at the top of the head and just breathe and tune into that part of your body now and just be present with it. We're just tapping through the points and breathing. Just notice the sensations. Deep breaths. Just observe that energy in your body. Just acknowledging it. We're not trying to fix or change it. And under the eye, just breathe. Just notice that stuck energy in your body. And under the nose, deep breath. Give your body permission to relax anyway, even though there's resistance. On the chin. And breathe. Feeling whatever is coming up in your body. It's safe to feel this. We'll go into the collarbone points. And breathe. It's safe to notice this feeling in my body, this resistance coming up. And under the arms now. Let's just do one more round, and we're just going to do a little acknowledgement for that resistance that's coming up. And you can repeat after me if you want, or just let these words be your own. Just let them come into your energy field. Stuck energy in my body. I'm noticing you right now. Expressing as resistance in my body. And I appreciate you because I know you're trying to protect me. Side of the eye. I don't know what you're trying to protect me from, but I know you're trying to keep me safe. Under the eye. From whatever danger there might be in the past, present, or future. Under the nose. And I'm sorry I haven't acknowledged you. On the chin. But I'm acknowledging you now. And I'm noticing you. Collarbone. And it's safe for me to notice you. Under the arms. I'm sorry I haven't been paying attention. On the side of the hand. You've been trying to get my attention. And I've been ignoring you. Top of the head. I know you're just trying to keep me safe from something. Eyebrow. You're trying to protect me from some kind of harm or danger. Side of the eye. I may not know what it is, but I appreciate you. Under the eye. And I'm willing to let it be safe to notice you. Under the nose. I accept you. On the chin. And maybe we could start moving this stuck energy out now. Collarbone. Now that you have my attention, maybe it's safe to release some of this resistance, just a little bit, under the arms. Just releasing a little resistance from the body. Good. And just go to the side of the hand now. Take another deep breath. Just notice what's coming up for you. Notice if there's been any movement in the body. Did it move from one place to another? Did the sensations change? Did you get any information or any tail enders, as in, yes, but something or other, right? If you've heard any tail enders in your head, go ahead and just make a note of it. Write it down because it's all important. All All right. Now that we've just kind of tuned into the body and maybe just like took the top layer off, kind of scraped that top layer off, like, you know, when you're eating a cake and there's too much frosting. You're like, oh, this is too much frosting, and you kind of scrape some of it off. And now we've just got like that thin layer of frosting. We're going to start cutting into the cake. How does that sound? Okay, so this is what we're going to have you do. We're going to create a statement, and we're going to work with this statement, okay? Now, I haven't had you tuned into your inner child yet, and there's a reason for that, because we're just kind of easing into it. But maybe some of you already are used to tuning into your inner child. And if you want to start to do that now, you can. And if you don't know how to do that, don't worry, because I promise your inner child's going to speak. Your inner child is going to express now. But we're going to create a statement. And the statement is, it's not safe to achieve this goal because. You could also say, it's not safe to take this step because if it's like a micro step, essentially the same thing. So it's not safe. It's not safe to achieve this goal because, and see if you can get an answer. And it's okay if you don't get it right away, but it's the first thing that comes into your head. And I'd actually like you, if you don't mind, I would like for you to type this in the chat if you get an answer. It's not safe to achieve this goal because, and then what's coming up? I might fail. Let's just start tapping through the points, everyone. Yeah, definitely I might fail. It is not safe because I might fail. I might have to do more work. Yeah. If I achieve this goal, I might have to do more work. I might have to move forward. Well, I will be annihilated. Yeah, that's a big one. I might disappoint people. I make a fool of myself. Oh my God, so embarrassing. Be criticized by other parts. Be criticized, right? And someone has a positive one. I'll experience and live in joy. Yeah. And is it safe? So if you're getting a positive like one, then just check and see, is it safe to have that? But there's a lot of reasons why it's not safe. There's a lot of reasons why. So we're just going to work with that now. Okay. So we're just recognizing why it's not safe. And let's tap now on that specific thing. And if you still don't know, don't worry about it. Just use other people's examples and you'll be able to tune into yours. So even though it's not safe to achieve this goal because I might fail, or I might be visible, or I might get criticized and judged, I could die. It's that dangerous. I don't want to outshine other people. I don't want to be seen. I don't want people to know where I am or what I'm doing. I might succeed and that might upset people. What if they get angry at me? What if they don't like me anymore? What if I threaten them with my success? So many reasons. I might consider loving and accepting myself anyway. Even though it's not safe to achieve this goal because no one else is supporting me. If there's one person in your life that doesn't support you, just say their name out loud. So-and-so doesn't support me. I might have to do more work. What if it makes more work for me? What if it exhausts me? What if people expect more from me? What if I expect more from me? What if I get criticized and judged? What if I threaten other people? What if I die? I could die. That's how dangerous it feels. I hold myself in compassion for how hard this is, for all the parts of me. Let's just tap through the points, everyone. This fear, whatever your fear is, just name it. Terrible things could happen. I could die. I could be annihilated. What if they come after me? What if they judge me? What if they get mad at me? What if they don't support me anymore? What if I look like a fool? I could look like a fool. Oh, so embarrassing. I can't bear that. I am not going to do it. There's no way you're going to make me do this. I absolutely refuse. I am not going to let that happen to me. Not again. It is not safe. And there's no way I'm going to do it. You can't make me. Not going to do it. You can't make me do it, Nico. Don't make me. Maybe I could do it. Nope, definitely not going to do it. What if it was safe? It's definitely not safe. But what if it was safe? I don't think it's safe. It wasn't safe before. It's not safe now. It's definitely not safe in the future. But what if it was safe? I don't even know what that would feel like. I don't know what it would feel like for it to be safe. What would that feel like? Everyone just tune into that for a moment now, okay? Let's just explore this. We're just kind of playing around here with going back and forth to the different parts of self, okay? Seeing if we can shake some things loose. But consider what it might feel like if it was safe. Oh, I'm not safe. They're really big and I'm small. Yeah, I like that. Because children have no power. They're small, right? They have no idea what it feels like to be safe around these things. So it's okay if you don't know what it would feel like, right? It's okay. Because all we need to do is just to be willing. We only need to be willing to know what it would feel like. It would be sweet to achieve that goal. Yeah, it would be. Totally. It would be awesome. I never finished anything. What if he was right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know what, too, Jennifer, that's like, what if you finish something, you prove them right, you prove them wrong? And is it safe for them to be wrong? Because when you're a child, your parents are everything. They're like your God. I mean, they're your everything. And what if they're wrong? And children don't want their parents to be wrong because that means that their world isn't safe if their parents can be wrong. So think about that. That's definitely a good one. Okay. All right, so let's do this now. I think this is a good segue into tuning into your inner child. So while we're doing this, you can just keep tapping through the points if you want. I'm going to just give you a couple choices. You can just pick a point that feels really good to you. Some people just like to stay on one point, like the collarbone or the side of the hand. But just tune into your inner child now. You can do this with your eyes closed. I'm just going to guide you through this. You can do this with your eyes open. But just take a breath. And if you can tune into that inner child part, allow them to just appear before you if you're visualizing, or just sense their presence. Maybe you can hear them. And see if you can tune into how they're feeling right now. How are they feeling? Can you tune into it? And just stay with that. Just notice it. We're just going to breathe here. I'm going to give you some little time to tune in. See if you can notice if they've appeared before you. About what age? About what age are they? Just in general. Notice their age. See if you can notice maybe what they're wearing. Can you see what they're wearing? Can you see their shoes? Can you see their clothes? Tune into that. Can you see the background of where they might be? So we're just noticing these details, just tuning into them, really tuning into those details as much as you can. And you might also notice that you're having a response to your inner child. And it's okay if it's unexpected. We're just having unconditional positive regard for yourself and others, including your inner child. So whatever you're feeling right now is okay. And whatever they're feeling is okay. Right. Now that you have tuned in, I'm going to actually take you through a little dialogue. And I'm just going to ask your permission to now be you. So I'm going to speak as though I'm you. I'm going to speak as though I'm your inner adult, speaking to your inner child. Okay. And you can just take in what lands for you, what feels true, and discard the rest. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is go to tapping with your non-dominant hand. So whatever hand is not dominant, tap with that hand on the side of the other hand. And this is just to indicate that you're switching into your child part now. Okay, so I'm going to call your inner child little one, because this is a group. So just everyone's inner child is little one. That's how I'm going to address you. Listen, little one, I see you and I feel you right now. And I know that you are feeling scared. You're feeling alone. You're feeling upset. You're feeling so many things. And I'm here now. And I'm available. And I'm not going anywhere. Maybe I haven't been there for you in the past. And it's okay if you don't trust me. You might be upset with me. And that's okay. I know we've been through a lot in the past. And we felt alone. We felt like nobody cares. We felt like no matter what we do, nobody cares. We felt so much. that hasn't been acknowledged. And I'm here now to listen to you, to fulfill your needs and wants, to see you for who you are, just your authentic being, to love you unconditionally. And I'm not going anywhere. So just tune in now to how your inner child is responding to this, as though you had said it to them. And just notice what comes up for your inner child. How are they responding? Just take a moment to notice. Now we're gonna take it a little step farther, and we're gonna start talking about what we're working on presently. Okay, so I'm going to introduce the idea of this goal that you're working on. Someone's inner child handed you a daisy. That's so sweet. You never know what the inner child's going to do. They surprise you. Just receive whatever's there. Okay, here we go. Listen, little one. I know you're feeling resistant to this goal that we have. And everyone, I want you to just name that goal out loud. Name your personal goal. I know you're scared. I understand. Now I want you to tell me now, why are you so scared of this? What bad thing do you think is going to happen? See if you can get an answer now. And if you want to type it in the chat, if you get an answer, feel free to type it in the chat. We're just listening right now. We're not trying to change anyone's opinion, or we're just listening. People will think I'm greedy and not generous. Ooh, yeah. Not good enough. According to my relatives and parents, I have to be perfect. Yeah. Wow. Listen, that's tough. That's rough. Yeah, you won't have time to play. You won't matter. You'll be rejected. You'll be exposed as selfish. You think I'll make you go away and things will fall apart? No wonder you're so scared. No one will see you. That makes sense that you're scared because of all these terrible things you think are going to happen. Maybe you think you'll never ever escape. God, no wonder you're so scared. That's totally normal to feel scared. Yeah, I understand. Women aren't as capable as men and need looking after. Yeah, no wonder you don't want to succeed. And what if you won't need me anymore? Oh, I totally understand why. You would be scared of that. Yeah, just validate. We're just validating. It's okay to have your feelings. It's okay to feel that way. I understand. Just validate. Reflect. I still love you, no matter what you're feeling. I'm still here. I won't ever be able to play again. Oh, no. Yeah. No wonder you won't let me do this work. No wonder you're stopping me. I get it. Okay. I get it. That's fair that you feel that way. I understand. Yeah. So we're going to start now responding to, and you can respond to your inner child's specific issue if you want. But what you want to do is, and go ahead now if you're going to do that, if you're going to switch to your inner adult, just switch hands. So switch to the other hand and respond to your inner child with just validating what they're afraid of and then letting them know. I understand that that happened before, but you have to let them know that the present is different. Because see, they're stuck in the past, right? They're stuck in the past and they're responding to the present as the past. So let them know. Whatever happened back then, it's not happening now. Whoever hurt you, they're not here anymore. I'm in charge. I'm the adult. And I'll protect you. And this is where we want to start abdicating for our inner child. It's not okay that that happened to you. That was not fair. That they treated you that way. I'm not okay with it. And that is never going to happen again. Because I'm going to protect you. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do everything I can to protect you. I know you're small and you don't have any power where you are because you're a child. But I'm an adult and I have adult resources. I have agency. And my resources are your resources. Would you like to come with me into the present? Would you like to come live with me? And I promise there'll be time for play. I promise you can make mistakes. You don't have to be perfect here. We have fun here. We play. We fail sometimes, and it's okay. Just tune into them now. What is their response? They may still feel resistant. They may not trust you. And that's okay. I know you may not trust me yet. And that's okay. I understand that maybe adults aren't trustworthy. So why would you trust me? Because I haven't been showing up for you. I've been ignoring you. Yeah, and if you don't feel capable of caring for your inner child, you need to call on someone else. Call on a higher power. Call on a guide or a mentor in your mind. Call upon something greater than you for help, whatever that might be. And that's how you stabilize your inner adult, is getting a resource, whatever that is for you. And as you keep doing this work, you're going to get more stable and coherent, and you're going to feel more capable. All right. So we're going to start wrapping up the dialogue now, okay? And I'm going to do a little more dialogue for you. Little one, I know you're still scared, and you may not trust me yet. And you may not want to leave the past and come with me into the present, and that's okay. But I promise we can work together on this goal. I promise that I'm going to protect you. And I'm going to make sure you have what you need and want. And I'm going to love you unconditionally. So maybe we can work together And we can compromise. If you let me do this work and you let me take these steps, I promise, and then get whatever they want, promise it for them, promise it to them. Whatever they're asking for. I'll play with you. I'll make sure there's time for you. Yeah, I like that. Martine is visualizing the scenes of the achieved goal together with your inner child. So you got to sell the inner child on what's the goal going to get them. They need to know, how are they going to benefit? How are they going to benefit? Sell them on it. Good. Wonderful. All right, everyone. Let's leave your inner child in a place where they feel safe. If they haven't come into the present with you, that's okay. Just make sure that when you leave them, they're safe and they're with someone that they feel safe with. And let them know they can get to you anytime they want to talk, and that you'll be back. Okay. Let's tap through the points. Take some breaths. Just whatever came up for you, just trust it. Just know that whatever came up was meant to come up. Okay, we're just going to do a little more tapping here just to help kind of anchor in this experience and really stabilize your nervous system. So let's just tap through the points and breathe. Just let it sink in. Integrate the experience. And we're going to come back to the side of the hand, and we're just going to we're going to sneak away now, do some sneaking away. So even though I still have some work to do with my inner child, I still have resistance. And they may not trust me yet. I've done some pretty deep work in this session. I've made a connection with my inner child. I know why they're afraid. And we can work with this. I don't have to be perfect in order to relax. I don't need to be fully healed before I can receive. It's safe to take my time with this process. Let's tap through the points. I'm giving my body permission to relax now. I'm giving my nervous system permission to relax. I'm giving my mind permission to relax. I'm allowing myself to receive. I don't have to be perfect in order to receive and heal. I have plenty of time to work on this resistance. And I love and accept myself just like this. And under the arms, take a deep breath. Exhale, put your hands on your heart center. Yeah, just really take a moment to appreciate yourself right now, and that you showed up for yourself today, and that you took the time to tune into your inner child. Just appreciating yourself right now. I know that you're all really talented, gifted people that want to help others in the world. And you have so much potential. And I'm just holding an intention for all of you to be able to step into that higher version of yourself, to reach your goals, whatever they are, and to have that deep connection with that inner child part of self. So powerful. Wonderful, everyone.